welcome to our morning live stream. It's probably just a live button just went on, so let's try it one more time. Hey everybody, it's Ken Krell. I am thrilled to have you with us. I am here today with my favorite lady from California today, Ms. Ann DeVere. Ann is going to share with us how we can turn our expertise into cash, how we can create virtually instant power and influence in our marketplace, how we can leverage the celebrity of others and have it attached to us. And she's going to reveal, and I'm going to reveal, my secret weapon to what my success is going to be this year in terms of how we're going to market the Institute for Totalpreneurship and everything else that's going on. So you are in the right place. A couple of ground rules before we get started, and that is, as you watch this on the screen, there is a chat box. Now I'm not sure. I probably have to refresh my screen here, because it says starting soon. So let's see if
Well, no, it's 1 minute behind. So I will actually go ahead and refresh. Go ahead and refresh.
I am refreshing. So let's see, because it should be. Let's see. Here we go. It's refreshing, and let's see if I see myself. I love technology. Let's see. Looks like it's a different screen now. So that's great. Okay, so on the bottom of your page below the video, you're going to see, oh, that's lovely. Let's see. Okay, I think this is going to start. You'll see a comment section, so you can go right ahead into the comments area and talk to us, because we'll be actually watching and monitoring the comments. So that's going to be kind of fun. I think all they've got to do is it's just taking a while for there we go. I see it now.
I will actually go ahead and refresh. Go ahead and refresh.
I am refreshing. So let's see.
By the way, Ken, you need to lower mute that. Just turn the volume down.
I just did. I just muted the other video. So I just realized I was talking to myself as it went through.
There is a delay, and that's what happens.
Right. Well, it's all good. So anyway, so here's what this is all about. If you guys can hear us okay, again, pop into that chat, and it will populate, and we'll get to see it, and we can get to talk to you, and you get to look at us, and there you go. And so now I've kind of like backwardly introduced Ann, so I should probably do this in a more formal way. So I've been I don't know if you really realize this, Anna, but I've been following you, stalking you actually from the distance for a while now, kind of watching your exploits, and it became, I'm getting messages saying nice hair. Is that for Ann or is that for me? I'm not quite sure, but thank you for either of us. I've got some Skype hecklers coming in here this morning. Anyway, it is morning in Bangkok, which is where I'm coming to you from, and Ann is coming to us from the LA area. And anyway, I'm kind of following you and seeing what you've been doing. And this past week, I was invited to become part of Ann's new web TV show, which is a reality sort of show on how to put together your own web TV program. And Ann's also doing a training that goes along with that to help people learn how to build their own web TV shows, which is why you've all gotten a bunch of emails from me over the weekend saying, hey, you should really check this out and come join us, because we began on Tuesday. A lot of folks didn't get the emails, especially one person who I sent them out specifically for her, and Stephanie never got the emails. Or she mentioned that last night in one of our trainings. So anyway, hopefully she's with us here today as well. But this is really going to be about how you can really leverage other people's celebrity and get a jump start on your business in such a huge way. And with that, I want to invite Ann to jump in. Actually, Ann is managing this webcast today, because what's fascinating is that all of you guys from around the world can start your own Google Hangout on air seamlessly, easily, with all the breeze, no problem at all in the world. There are only 3 countries in the world where you cannot start one of these broadcasts live on your own. And guess what? I live in one of them. So I have my proxy in California right now, who's actually kind of manning the controls to get things going. So Ann DeVere, how are you?
I am just fabulous, and I have to say I'm thrilled to be here. And hold on, I need to do something here. Just there we go. I had to flip the screen on my side. Yeah, so everybody, if you see double Ken, it's just because I had to log in as Ken. So you're not seeing things. You're not seeing doubles, and
I have my alter. I have my alter in an area where sex changes are actually on sale and advertised in the newspaper. It's very interesting to have us. This is the pre-op and post-op.
Oh, that is so funny. Okay, so my name is Ann, not Ken. It's still three words, three letters, and we're doing good with it. But hello, everybody. I'm thrilled to be here. And you know what? Actually, I'd like to start off. How many people that are on right now, or have already been on Google Hangout, or that they have a G Plus account? I'd like to know if we can just take a tally. Just post there if you have a G Plus account, Google Plus, and. Or if they watch any videos on Google Plus, so that's what we kind of want to get a feel for who is on and who's already active, because I know, Ken, you have an amazingly active community, and I'm actually getting a little glimpse of just how active you are. My goodness.
Yeah, it's fun. We've got great people. They're really awesome. They're really awesome. It's a great family, and it's a growing family. So and what my guys are getting to realize about me is that when there's something I believe in that I believe is good for them, I don't stop. I want to share it, because this is an important way to structure their business. So yeah, it's really kind of fun. We kind of do business from passion. Is I guess I would say it that way.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, and it shows, and it shows, and I'm thrilled to have you on, on my show. I'm thrilled to have you as one of the cast members, because, already we just started, and you're already spicing things up in there, and I love it.
Yeah, well, it's fun, and we did our first show on Tuesday, and it was 3 hours, a little bit off the script actually, but and by the way, we're not scripted, so I mean, this is not like the traditional reality show where it's all made up garbage. This is the real deal, and it was tremendous. It was really tremendous, and Ann's got a group of people that are going to be amazingly successful, and we had a tremendously good time doing it. So it's going to be a really fun 12 weeks and a really, I think, very profitable 12 weeks, because I've already identified a number of potential partnerships that will serve my business and that will serve their businesses as well. So a great opportunity for all of us, and moreover, everybody that's watching and that's participating and learning how to do this, to learn how to leverage that and build big is going to be huge. And one of the things that really convinced me that this was the way to go, because I've kind of resisted video for a while. I mean, you guys know I love video. I do all my pool videos. But the secret, and I don't know if I mentioned this to you, the secret to my pool videos and why I do pool videos is I don't have to wear a shirt, I don't have to make sure my hair is okay, and I don't have to move my desk all the way back so this painting on the wall is perfectly framed at all, and get my lighting going, okay? I just jump in the pool, I set my iPhone down or my iPad, shoot the video, I'm done. So it took a little bit of convincing to get me to go back to a Hangout and to a live stream and so on, but I'm so glad that I've done that, and I'm excited. I'm beyond excited, and you'll share, I hope, a little bit about the dynamics of the level of exposure that you're bringing to the table, because it's just ridiculous to not be part of this, given the outlet that is available to us to present ourselves is significant. So if you're looking to really leverage your business to the next place, this is, or even just get started for that matter, it's an opportunity that I didn't realize how big it really was. I had no idea. And to the extent that Google, or YouTube rather, has TV studios in Los Angeles now, and it's available to people like us once we reach a certain benchmark level, I guess. There's a qualification, I'm sure. That's pretty significant. They've dropped money in, I think there's one in LA, I think there's one in London now, and I'm not sure if there's one whether it's Hong Kong or Singapore, or not Singapore, probably Hong Kong, but I think there's a third one that they've set up. So really fascinating commitment that YouTube has made. And so rather than steal Ann's thunder, why don't you jump in, because I know there's a presentation that you've designed that will more logically present this than my going off on how exciting this is. I really want to get some teaching in today and share just what's going on and why this is not just important but really fundamental.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Ken. Actually, I'm thrilled that you were explaining why you got involved and why you're excited, because that's a big part of it. I mean, seriously, the reason we're doing this right now is because you actually got to experience just the very first module, and you were like, oh my God, I got to tell my people about this because it's important. It's really important. It's really difficult to explain to people until they experience what it is, and there's a lot of knowledge that's not out there about Google Plus and what's happening about Web TV. And it's just, what I want to do now is kind of explain, what's available right now, and to everybody who can see us right now. This amazing platform is available. It's there for the taking. You just got to know how to use it. So that's the whole intent behind this. Ken, asked me to do this special, and like I said, we started a program this week, so this is really unusual. But because of the nature of what it is and what he wants to do, he wants to interview all of you guys on his show. So we want to give you some tools for you to get comfortable with it. That's what this whole thing is about. So before I go into showing you how to use it, I really want you to understand what it is and what's possible. So, Ken, can you clearly see my monitor behind me? Can you read that?
Yeah, this is. Well, actually, I wanted to jump in and talk about that for a quick second, because one of the things that really amazed me is what you're seeing with Anne right now on her screen. I mean, you're seeing Anne, and what she's doing is she's using a technology that she says to me is, I haven't learned how to use it yet. I can't wait. But she's got. I mean, it's all digital behind her. And she said it's really easy to do. I can't wait to learn to use it. Rather than my worrying about this backdrop over here, Anne's created her own, but it's virtual, and that basically means that whatever your house looks like, don't worry about it anymore. Whatever you got going on behind you, don't worry about it anymore. It really allows you to create the kind of environment that you want. So and you can design any kind of backdrop that you like to make your environment your own. So if you're concerned with some of those issues that, frankly, I've been concerned with, you don't need to be anymore. So so yeah, I'll let you jump right in. Yeah, it looks really good. It looks really, really good.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that it was clear and people could read it. So just check. That's what you check. All right, everybody. So if you're ready to go, get out your pad, pen, open your Word document, whatever you got to do, because I want you to take some notes, and I want you to start internalizing this whole concept of Google Hangouts on WebTV, because they are literally changing every aspect of marketing as we know it. It is huge. There is it's catching on really, really fast, really, really big, and it's really a tsunami coming our way. That's the best way I can describe it. And so we're at a time right now where you got to make a decision. Are you going to ride the wave, or are you going to get swept under? Because people are catching on. People are learning how to get on and do what I'm doing. Look the way I am. So you don't have to worry about just getting on camera. And if you have a few simple steps and you know what to do, you know how to present, learn how to interview a couple of people, have fun on camera, you can have your own web TV show, and that's how simple it is. And Google Hangouts has made it very easy. It's free. It's free. It's a very powerful broadcasting platform. That's what it is. That's what I want to get across to you. It is a TV broadcasting platform, just like any other TV broadcasting platform. That's how big it is. That's how huge it is. As a matter of fact, it's even more powerful than the networks at this point, because it's global. It goes to every little nook and cranny of the globe, whereas our networks, I'm in the States, and we have, NBC, CBS, and that, but they're local.
You can't watch them here. My mom is in Israel right now, and she sent me a Skype message last night saying, how can I watch Castle here? That's the ABC TV show that we would like to watch together. I said, Mom, you got to get a VPN. What's a VPN? So, but with on YouTube, you can watch it anywhere in the world. There's none of that hassle, which is really huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And all of the, well, Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I wanted to add one other piece to it, and that is that when, as Ann says, you can be all over the world, and it's bigger than a regular TV network, which it is. I mean, you're talking Google and YouTube together, right? The other thing I want you to think about is don't let the size scare or intimidate you. It's a gigantic opportunity, but it also lets you be as you want to be. You can. I mean, I'm wearing a shirt today, and I usually don't. You guys see me on Skype calls or whatever else. I don't ever wear a shirt. So this is kind of one of those unique things that probably when I do the recording with Ann or the live stream on Tuesday, I'll probably do it Ken way, you know. But you can be whatever you want. I've got breakfast here, okay? You know, there's my salad. I can eat my salad here while I'm doing an interview, just like I'm sitting having lunch or breakfast or something with somebody. You create whatever you want because people are going to watch you based on who you are and who your personality is. So you don't think about, oh, it must be formal, I must have a TV set. You know, what you're looking at with Ann's backdrop suits Ann and suits her model. For me, I'm going to be doing things significantly differently because I'm a significantly different human being, as you will be too. So think about how you can really be more you, and people will leap to be part of that because they'll see genuine stuff. They'll see the magic that's you, and that's the beauty of this. Because guess what? No matter how weird you think you may be, there are people that actually want to watch you. A lot of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Ken, we're going to get you a beach backdrop.
Yes. Well, we're going to look at my actually doing some stuff from the beach. I've already figured that as I shoot things, I'll be doing things on location. So 1 week's shows we'll do on the beach. 1 week's shows we'll do. As long as I've got the connection, we'll do them from different locations and have a backdrop for inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, I've already been playing that out because I think that the dynamics, and again, this is what we're talking about right now is real time. The dynamics of my having programming coming from different locations will engage people, and if my lifestyle is that of totalpreneur, guess what? Every trip is a business trip. Every place I go to do it from wherever is really part of that whole lifestyle that is part of the programming. So think about what you can do. If you have a travel channel, it's all a write-off. It's beautiful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And actually, I'm going to touch on some of that just to give you some possibilities of different ways you can use this and how it will work for you, how to support you. Because a lot of times I get people saying, oh, my God, I'm already so busy. How am I going to do? This is going to make your life a lot simpler. So, like I said, a lot of people are already catching on. Whatever you do, there is a place. Like, there are all kinds of cooking shows that are coming on. All kinds of health and wellness shows that are coming on. There are bands, small bands, broadcasting from their garages, and they're building their fan base across the globe. Think about it. The President of the United States is using Google Hangout to stay in touch with his public, and so is the First Lady, by the way. Okay, so that's what's happening. A lot of people are out there right now. They're taking advantage of it. Most of them are talking heads. Okay, and like right now, Ken is a talking head, and that's the terminology we're using. There's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you are, then kudos to you because you are ahead of the 90% of the people out there. Very few people have actually jumped on. And if we show you how to do a couple of things using some simple tools, you can literally have a web TV show. I mean, this is the training that we do. That's from Turn Your Show into Cash from season 1, and this is what I do. I'll just get a couple of people around, get the experts, and we're broadcasting a TV show. Now look at the difference between the two. The same equipment that I'm using right now, and you'd be shocked at how inexpensive it is, by the way, and I'm going to share that with you in just a second. So it's amazing what you can do with it and how easy it is. If you know how to use a mouse, you know how to use a computer, you know how to get on Google Hangout, and you can follow some simple instructions, you can look like a star. Because you don't have to be a star to have your own web TV show. You appoint yourself to star, and you are a star in your own community. Okay? So it's just that simple. Now, the other thing about it that's really so cool is that you can actually be broadcasting live, or you can broadcast pre-recorded. You can use combination of YouTube and Google, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do. Like right after we record this right here, right? We're live right now interacting with you, but as soon as we stop, this is going to be on a page where you're watching the recording, so you can go back and watch it over and over again. So what do you think that does? There's a lot of power in there. Now, so we have an echo coming back again. So I don't know where that's from.
Yeah, it's sound good on my end. I'm not sure how you guys are hearing this.
Okay.
And by the way, if you don't see comments coming through, you might need to refresh your page, because I had to refresh mine to see all the comments. So I'm seeing Brian and Lenita and scrolling down here and Janice and Doriana and John. So so I didn't see them without refreshing. So you may have need to do that if you don't see comments.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah,
So now the beauty of this is that you can actually let the recordings get out there for you. If you don't want to be live, you don't have to be live. You can actually record it and upload it onto your YouTube and have it play on your website. Very easy to do. And the fun in this is that it's going to give you a lot of free time. You can go out there doing some of the things you've been putting off doing. I don't know, when was the last time you just took a leisurely afternoon and just hung out and maybe hit a few balls at the country club, or maybe just laid out, hang out by the beach and just watch the waves. Whatever you want to do, it's a little bit of time for you. And how about some time with family? I know that a lot of us have missed out on a lot of ball games with our kids. Very important. They're growing so fast that those moments are treasures. So what if you just want to just take some and just go out and travel the world, which is one of the things that actually Ken just talked about, and that's one of the things that I have planned for the next year. I'm going to be going to 6 different cities and basically present, for 1 week, work, and then take 3 weeks and go enjoy the countryside, and then move to another city. And we're going to be holding seminars and having the people who want to travel to those countries come and join me. I mean, it's like, how cool is that? You can do the same thing, and think about it. People would love to see all those different countries. They get to travel with you. They get to experience what you're doing. And like Ken said, it's a write-off. It's a business expense. Now,
sure is.
Yeah. Now here's the other thing too. Your videos can be your marketing team. Okay. Your videos can be your sales team. Your videos can be your training team. Depending on whatever you need, you can create yourself. And I keep telling people to go clone themselves. Because that's what you can do. I hear so many people saying, "Oh my God, I wish I could clone myself. I have so much work to do." Well, now you can. Okay, so there. So maybe we should go around telling people to do that. Ken, what do you think? Hey, go clone yourself.
There you go. Well, I've already thought of that, and the way that I'm going to clone myself is have other people doing shows for things I can't do. So we're creating the Totalpreneur Network.
Love it. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what you do. I can't wait. But let's move on here, because what we're going to do, by the way, take notes, write those questions, because in just a little while we're going to be taking questions. And literally, if you have any questions about your show, about technology, any questions that you have, just write it there. And after I give you some information, if you still have some questions, we're going to take them and we're going to answer them. So here's the thing that I want you to understand. Technology is opening up so many channels out there. Think about it. Everybody can have their own TV channel. Everybody. If you say you have a TV channel, you have a TV channel. You have a YouTube channel, you have a TV channel. Well, what does that do? That puts the demand in for content. There are a lot of people out there as talking heads, but not enough people out there as TV shows. So if you have a tool that can be used for broadcasting a TV show, and you're using it only as a talking head show, think about it. Those who produce a TV show are going to be winning over everybody else, because that's what they're looking for. So web TV is exactly what it is. It's web television, and that's what we're out to do. And there's more channels. There's huge demands for it, and so I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening, because we have some nice interviews out there, very powerful, professionally produced interviews, looking great, delivering great content. I got a call from somebody a few weeks ago. Basically, it was not even a call. He found me on Facebook, sent me a message. He said, can I put your Access to Experts shows on my channel that we're starting, our network? I said, well, yeah, sure, we can talk about it. And this is on Facebook. So next thing I know, get on a call with them. He says, we have over 200 million monthly viewers that are waiting for you. I said, you got my attention. Like, you got my attention. Let's talk about it. Well, he went on to tell me that he has access to all these amazing channels, including the airport channels. You know, until now, CNN has literally monopolized the airport channels. Well, not anymore. Clear Channel, you know, Clear Vision, they're also in airports. Not just only one of the distribution channels. We have the Food Network and everything else that are looking for content. So think about it. If you turn your talking head into a TV show, you can be at the airport. People will be watching. And you'll be doing them a favor because, quite frankly, CNN is the bad news channel. Okay? It's depressing. It's so depressing. People are sitting there to jump on the plane and they're listening to all this bad news. Come on. Really? We've got to change that.
And the benefit of having your own show and being, once again, being your own personality is that you're different, and that's what people want to see. They don't want to see the same old. I mean, it just, you don't. We're done with that. You know, what's gonna work for you is unique, and you've got to continue to reinvent yourself, which is the cool thing. So you can be real. People like that personal connection to make things real. So you don't have to be polished. In fact, you don't probably want to be polished.
Yeah.
Because then there's a distance. The more polished you are, I think, sometimes the more distant you are from your audience. If you're just totally cool, totally, you know, if something falls down, you laugh about it. You're together because you're all. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like I'm doing right now. I'm sitting here. My hair keeps falling in my face. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
And I'm staring at breakfast. And meanwhile, you know, we started on this, and I had a piece of lettuce stuck in my teeth. You know, it's like great, but it happens to all of us, right? So it is completely cool to be like, wait a second, I got to get the lettuce out of my teeth. Let me see if I get it right. You know, and people like, you know, if we're doing a really serious business show, then perhaps people may be like, you know, if I'm like dealing with the Jack Welches, they probably don't have that level of sense of humor in a business scenario. But if your show is known for your persona, it's really cool. You know, people will be engaged. So whatever works for you, be your brand. You know, be who you are. And because we talked about branding on Tuesday, it really is important for you to do it. And what I'm trying to impart to you is that the formality need not be formality and seriousness. We really want you to have more fun. We really want this to be a fun experience. And doing interviews can be stressful if you choose them to be, or it can be so much fun where you're hanging out talking to a friend. And one of the benefits we have for our members of Trailblazer and for Pathfinder is that we give them, when we do our podcast, we give them the outtakes also. That's really where the fun is. You know, it's when we stop trying to be, and we just hang out and talk and come out with the really good stuff. Like, what are you really doing, Ann? How are you doing that green screen thing, you know? Well, Ken, it was like, you know, and that's where the really cool stuff is. So relax and have fun.
Yeah.
And so I want to take away that potential mindset of, you know, this is complicated or whatever might be going on in your head about the reasons why I can't, because you can, Blanche.
Yeah, yes, you definitely can. And here's the beauty of this too. We are looking for not only show hosts, we're looking for experts for the show hosts to interview. Like Ken right now, he wants all of you guys to know how to show up on camera, like how to use Google Hangouts, how to log on and do all that, so he can interview you on his show. Think about it. He's going to be getting access to the over 200 million people that I have waiting because of the distribution channels. And by the way, that's not the only network that contacted me. I'm getting radio stations calling me now saying, we want to send our people to you because they want to start utilizing Google Hangouts. Okay, so I'm getting all kinds of people approaching me now because we have, you'll see, we have the system. We figured out how to make the expert next door look and sound fabulous. Not only that, but how to turn it into cash, because we're not looking to go into no business. Really, we're looking to grow our business. There is a difference there. Okay, there's a whole different kind of mindset, and that's the important thing. So we're looking for business growth and marketing experts, and health and wellness, and self-growth and empowerment experts, finance and investment experts, nonprofit, and I even have reps of independent film producers now approaching me, wanting to put their clients' new movies on the network to get exposure before they go to Cannes. As a matter of fact, right now, I'm sitting here, I let go of going to a premiere at the Chinese theater, the Grauman Chinese theater. And by the way, if you don't know what it is, you know, you've seen in the movies, that's where the movie stars, they put their hands on their footprints in front of this theater. Well, that's the Grauman Chinese theater. That's where right now, it's happening right now. And because I told Ken I would do this, and I'm happy to be here. This is more important than anything. But that's what I'm saying. So people from show business are approaching us because they want to know how to turn their show into cash. And we have experts approaching us, wanting to know how to look and sound great on camera, so they can turn their show into cash. So there's this formula that we're talking about is very powerful, very simple, very easy to follow. You just got to paint by number. And that's why Ken wanted me to share some of the information to get some of you guys out there, like at least getting comfortable with Google Hangout, you know, embracing the idea. So basically, we're looking for show hosts. We're looking for guest experts for the show host to interview. We're looking for citizen reporters. You know who citizen reporters are? People who maybe, if you're at a trade show, you ask some questions. If you're at a seminar, you can interview the speakers. If you like food, you can talk about the food and that you just had at the restaurant. Or if you watch a movie, you can talk about the movie. See, if you're sharing any kinds of information, you're a citizen reporter. We're looking for a whole bunch of you. A whole bunch of you need it, you know, and we're an opportunity for you to actually be, let's say you go to a seminar. I mean, if you just walk up to the speaker and say, hey, can I talk to you for a few minutes? They just, oh, I'm really busy. And say, can I interview you for a few minutes? They will leave everybody and follow you. It's a really power tool. It really opens amazing doors. And we're looking for video tip providers. So even if you don't want to have your own show, can you put together a 30-second tip on how to do what you do, like what to look for? You know, I mean, if you're, let's say, a business consultant, let's say, you know, can you give me one little tip on you know, what to look for in my business? Or if you show people how to grow flowers, can you give me one little tip on what to look for, how to choose the right seed, how to whatever, anything? Of course you can. You're doing that all day long. So what you got to do is put that information in 30-second, you know, video and say, hey, here's how you do this, and, you know, or here are some of the mistakes people make. Here are some of the misconceptions people have. That's what we're talking about. It's that simple, and every knowledge you have, anything that you have, can be and should be used. Okay? So bottom line, this is a time where it's never, ever, 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 ever going to be repeated again. This is the gold rush for WebTV. This is literally the frontier, you know, for WebTV, and it's really like the wild, wild west of America. There are no rules yet for WebTV. Those regulations don't apply, you know, to WebTV yet. The traditional broadcasting, no. So you can pretty much do anything you want, you know, with your own show. You can format it any way. You can interview people. You can broadcast from any location. You can do anything you want. So right now, and the other thing is, too, other people are not doing it yet. And like I said, even the small, tiny percentage who are on camera, they're talking heads. And you come across with some of the stuff we're doing, you're gonna literally blow them away. So this is the time. You get out there, you claim your territory, and you're going to be it. Seriously, there's nobody out there. I always say, like, look, who is the go-to talk show host on traditional television? Who is a well-known talk show host? You know, everybody comes up with Oprah. You know, the Americans come up with like a Dr. Oz.
See, that's so funny. You come up with Oprah. I think Larry King. I mean, Oprah never came to mind.
Most people, 90% of the people, they would say Oprah because she is the talk show host.
Mm.
Yeah, you know, interesting. So I guess it all depends on what you look for. So, but anyways, so you can literally claim any territory because on WebTV it's wide open. Nobody has it. So, having said that, I want you to really understand Google Hangouts. For the first time ever, Google Hangouts was represented at the Digital Hollywood Conference. Now, the Digital Hollywood Conference happens twice a year, and it happens spring and fall. This is TV and movie producers, they go there twice a year to find out what's going on and learn the cutting edge technology that's out there, what's happening. There are over 300 speakers, over 300 presenters that happens during these 4 days. And for the first time ever, Google Hangouts was represented, and I was the one who was asked to do the presentations because we're leading. We're leading what's happening out here. We're getting all kinds of attention because of what we're doing. We're using Google Hangout as a broadcasting network. Imagine that. What an idea. I mean, come on. It is a broadcasting platform. What else would you do it for? I mean, how else could you use it? That's my take on it. So that's what I'm doing. And that's why we're the people leading the pack. And everybody who's following us, everybody who's with our pack is going to be taking over. And my intention is taking over WebTV. Oh, I want everybody who is within 100 million miles of us that's covering the globe. We want all of our people to be taking over. No, the WebTV world, seriously, and that's because it's there for the taking. Now, the other thing I want you to know is that the reason what we're doing works so well is because this is a system we've been actually putting together, fine-tuning the process for over 8 years. We started working with the expert next door and showing them how to interview on TV 8 years ago because some of my clients had better products and services than some of the better-known people out there. The world didn't know it. So I made it my business to make sure that's going to happen. And by the way, those are the access to experts interviews are what caught the attention of the gentleman that called me that has over 200 million viewers. 200 million monthly viewers. Can you get a piece of that pie? You betcha. So anyways, it's just interviewing. And Kyriakis actually, he came to one of our trainings. He's a business consultant. He came to one of our trainings, and right after he left, he got out there and he started getting himself out there in a big way. Because what happens is, once somebody sees you on camera, interviewing and delivering great information, everybody wants you, and that's happened. On traditional TV, that happens on web TV. Again, because there's a shortage of great content. You know how to use some tools, you know how to show up in a powerful way, everybody's going to want you. So what I'm saying is that not only the technology is there right now and we know how to use it, it's actually available to you for free, but we also have literally cracked the code on how to get the expert next door to literally step into show business, because that's what's happening. You are being shoved into show business. Like it or not, you're being shoved into show business. That's where we are. Video is it, and it has to take over. And I want to play a video of how easy this process is if you embrace it. Okay, if you follow a few steps.
And this answers the question that you had, which is, can you actually put in video and bring in different elements? And you're going to show us right now. It's really cool.
Yeah, here we go. I can go actually full screen with my PowerPoint so you can see that full screen. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. Well, I can go full screen with me on camera one, and I got to move over a little bit. But here we go. I am going to play you.
Hi, my name is Kyriakis Zuris, and I'm the best-selling author of How to Succeed When Everybody's Failing. Some people consider me an expert in business. Am I? I don't know. Here's what I do know, though. Access to experts is an absolute must for anyone who wants to be able to position themselves as an expert and take their business right to the top. It's very important if you want to be successful these days that you're separated from your competition. How do you do that? You do that by becoming an expert. How do you do that? You do that by access to experts. If you're afraid of being on camera, if you're thinking that you can't do this, I have to tell you, I watched her take a group of 12 people that had absolutely zero experience in front of the camera. Some were afraid, some were shut down. And she turned them into experts on camera, and she did it in 2 days. The entire take takes a few minutes afterwards. You're a professional. You come out, and you've got video footage, and you're ready to go. It's an unbelievable program. It's a must. If you want to separate yourself, if you want to become an expert instantly, if you want people to want to hire you, if you want to be on television, if you want to be so polished and so well trained on the camera that when you're invited on a television show to be a guest, they're going to want you to come back over and over and over again. Even if you've never had any experience whatsoever, this is the program I recommend. DeVere is great. She's loving, she's caring, and she works through all the little pieces that you need to know to become an expert on camera. I highly recommend DeVere. She's great. I love her. She's got a great staff. Jodina St. John is beautiful to work with. The entire crew, simply amazing process. Don't waste any time playing around with who you're going to go or where you're going to go. Access to Expert is where you need to be if you want to make an impact in your business and put yourself on the top.
Okay. Now that the process that he was talking about, in 2 days, we got people to overcome their fear of the camera, know exactly what to say on camera. Oh, that whole process, we have figured out how to teach online. Everything is experiential. So that's what we're doing right now. The program that Ken is in, it's a web TV show on how to have your own web TV show. You know, there's a group of 10 of them that are going through the process and basically producing their web TV show, and you guys get to watch. You know, you get to watch how they're doing, and that's the fun part. And we'll tell you a little bit more about how that works. But right now, I still want to kind of tell you about what's happening. I want to work on your mindset, because if you don't embrace, if you don't feel like this is something I can do, then you're not going to do it, and you're going to miss a huge opportunity. And again, this is the time where you can't take too long to think about it, because what's readily available in front of you is going to get, it's not going to be there very long. People are catching on. It's like a mad rush going out there to get this, and whoever gets there first is going to be the one who claims that title. So think about what's stopping you from embracing web TV. Okay, and think about different things, because I want to answer your questions, because like I said, we figured out how to literally take the expert next door and get them excited about being on camera, know how to use it, and more importantly, know how to turn it into cash. So the intention here is for me to give you information that's going to eliminate the blocks that you have. So think about what's keeping you, from using video if you're not. And what's keeping you from going global if you're not. Okay, so write it down, and I'm going to share with you the top three that I get from people. The first one is fear. They're afraid of looking and sounding unprofessional on camera, and literally it's like the fear of being seen. It's just like a fear of public speaking is really what it is, and I don't really know the reason why, but they say it's the #1 fear. It's way ahead of death. And I personally don't get it, because I think it's fun. But okay, so I'll go with that if that's what people say. But if I showed you how to look and sound comfortable on camera, and like Ken was already showing, we were doing, you don't have to be perfect. Just be yourself, and the more you do it, the better you're going to be. And so we're going to eliminate some of those. The second one that I get a lot is the cost. They think it's going to cost too much money. They think equipment is really expensive. They think it just costs a lot of money to produce video. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not, and I'm going to prove it to you in just a second. It's like what's really at your fingertips and how inexpensive it is. And the third reason I get is lack of knowledge. They don't know how they're going to monetize it. I've had people who already have videos, but they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to get it out there. Well, you know what? If you can do the first two, if you can agree that you're going to go ahead and produce a video and create a video, we're looking to get you out there. Okay, we have 200 million people waiting. I have all these channels, and I'm looking for content. I can put together the most amazing web TV network. And by the way, GVN TV is what we're launching. But if I have nobody on that network, nobody's going to come to watch a blank screen. So I need you. I want to do everything I can to get you guys to share some of that knowledge that you have with the world, because the world needs you, right? So now, This is so you understand how easy it can be. The fear of showing up on camera. The young lady there, her name is Barbara Wainwright. She was actually, when we did this last season, walked the same process that Ken is going through. She came in, and that's how she showed up on camera with like one following a setup. Look at the difference. Knowing how to use the controls on the camera. Look at the difference. It's pretty much the same backdrop. You can see the backdrop there, right? Yeah, let me go full screen here. Okay, not much. She didn't need to change much. It's a tatami screen behind her that you can find anywhere, and she just needed to know how to use the controls of her camera to adjust the colors and all that. And this is her being interviewed in the studio. And it's in a matter of weeks. I mean, just think about it. So can you do this? Well, if we show you how to control the camera, yes, you can. Absolutely. What a huge difference. Would that make you feel better by getting on camera? And if you knew what to say, how to show up on camera, would you be more willing to get on camera and share some of your knowledge and let us interview you? Like, as a matter of fact, Ken, can you just, let's see, how many of you would like to be interviewed by me? Can I interview you on my show? And just, can you just take a look at the comments and say yes if you would like to, go ahead and post. Okay, so we're going to come back and look at that. Can I interview you on your knowledge? If you're an expert in business growth, health and wellness, empowerment, money management, investments, or nonprofits, anything. Can I interview you to share your knowledge with my audience? So if the answer is yes, please go ahead and post that. Now the other thing is, you can set up your home studio for under $300. No, that's not a typo. It's not 3,000. It's $300. And that includes a webcam, includes a headset, backdrop, and lights. And that's what I'm using right now. And with the software, third-party software that I pay $25 every 3 months, you can do what I'm doing. I am literally sitting in front of a green screen. Well, we didn't change the green screen. We put a frame there. Hold on a second. Well, you know what? I wanted to show you the green screen, but we put a frame. But I'm literally sitting in front of a green screen, and there is a picture behind me. Now, if you know how to use the tool, you can do some pretty cool things with it, including playing music, including playing all kinds of videos, or going full with a PowerPoint. You name it, you can do it. So if I showed you how to do all this, and you could set up a home studio for $300, and think about it. What would be keeping you from getting on and being interviewed? What would keep you from getting on and interviewing other people?
Everyone's the comments are all saying yes, absolutely, because they're coming in slow on my system here. But yeah, it's brilliant, and I mean and what Anne's saying is absolutely true, because I'm not going to move my camera here, but I've got one light over here, I've got sunlight over here, and this is my free backdrop, but I do have a whole green screen thing that I put behind me, and actually for a while I was doing some videos where I took a white sheet, so I had a white background behind me right over here. So you don't need a whole lot of anything. And Anne's going to get me to change my camera, because right now I'm using the camera on my Mac, but the quality is pretty good. It's HD. Now I can't adjust the colors and all that. We'll have to look at how I'm going to learn that piece over the next couple of weeks. But this is nothing. It's super inexpensive. And what's cool is that if you're in the U.S. and get Amazon delivery pretty easily, you can get this equipment super, super cheap, and like in 2 days. So, because that's what I did. Whenever I go back to the U.S., I buy stuff and I do Amazon Prime and bring it back here with me. So it's super inexpensive. Really, 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 really cool.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just knowing how to use the tool. It's that simple. Mm-hmm. Seriously, one of my favorite sayings is that, put a paintbrush in my hand, I will paint a wall. Put a paintbrush in an artist's hands, they paint a masterpiece. Now, yeah. if I go take some lessons from an artist on how to paint, a masterpiece, I may not end up with a masterpiece, but I can come up with a pretty darn good painting if somebody shows how to do it, especially if you practically paint by number. I mean, I would have a pretty good shot at creating a decent painting, I would say, right? Even right off the bat, the first time. And that's what we're talking about. This is literally step by step. You can, set up your camera so you're going to look good. If you look good, you're going to feel better. If you know what to say, a big part of this is knowing how to speak in sound bites, knowing what information to deliver, and that makes a huge difference. And and there's some mindset stuff too. Bottom line, we can get you from being afraid to getting excited to being on camera, and show you how to produce your video, and put you in front of millions. All you gotta do is produce. I don't know. I don't know if I can bribe you any more than that. and it won't cost you for us to promote you to millions, because we're looking for the content. We just want you to create the content. I mean, seriously. I don't know if maybe I have to come to your house and say, here, please, let me shoot the video.
Well, I mean, it comes down, you guys. It's not just a matter of being producing the show. There's a strategy behind the show as to what it's going to do for you and for your business. And I've got a number of people from our Trailblazer program. In fact, Lenita's here, and a few other people are here from the program, and they're recognizing exactly why, how this is going to build their business all the way down the line. So, Doriana, for example, works with people that are doing anti-aging, and it's really big on anti-aging. So, how cool to be able to run your anti-aging program that way and bring on guests and demonstrate all the way down the line. It's gigantic. So we'll be working with you guys on my end, all of those of you that are in our training programs and our coaching programs, about how to strategize the use of your program. So while N gets you in front of those 200 million eyeballs, or actually 400 million eyeballs, if you think about it, because it's 2 eyeballs per person.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I guess you had to figure that piece of it out. 2 times 200. Yeah. Anyway, I figured if the numbers, if you need a calculator, the numbers are big enough, right? So in any event, the deal is this: the strategy. We'll teach you the strategy. We'll work with and Ann's going to be doing some of that in our training as well. But from where we stand here at the Institute, we're going to work on the underlying strategy to build your core business. This is the marketing piece of it, to make it so much easier. And I don't know about you, but I'm lazy. I like that easy button thing. When Staples invented that easy button, was it Staples? I think it was Staples. Whoever created that easy button.
Staples. I have one of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's how life should be. It should be living in the easy lane, and that's really the bottom line. This to me is a really super easy way to do it. Now you got to get over the mindset of the newness of it, and perhaps the unfamiliarity. It's like riding the bike or learning to swim. Maybe there's an initial bit of discomfort, dare I say the word fear. But this is simple. This is really simple. And the cool thing is, your audience wants to hear from you. It's not like you're going into a stadium of people that are booing you. You're going to a stadium of people that want you to be successful because they want to be entertained. Yeah. They want what you've got to give them. And they're predisposed to actually like that because they're coming to you voluntarily. They're not being forced to watch your TV program. They're coming because they want what your message is. So that's the cool thing. You're actually in a group of people that are like-minded, that want to hear from you. So with that mindset, this is like a conversation among friends. That's why I love it so much. And one of the many reasons why I love it so much, because you can leverage this to the nth degree. Get in front of those eyeballs, understand the purpose behind what you're doing to get your message out to the world, to change lives, which is what you're doing, and get paid for it too. Pretty cool.
You know what? Think about this too. Those of you who are business consultants, health and wellness experts, and things like that, think about it. You can interview your clients on your show. Give them exposure. It's just like, once Ken gets, okay, look at it this way. Ken is going to produce a show in the next few weeks. Okay, by week 7, he's going to be producing a pilot of his show. Well, he's going to be needing people to interview on his show. What is his show going to be about? Business growth. So who is he going to be interviewing on his show? His clients. And I'll show you in a second. I'm going to tell you how to format it. But bottom line is that, especially if you're in health and wellness and money management and empowerment, anything like that, you can have your clients on your show to demonstrate your expertise. You know, and what's that going to do for them? Amazing things, especially if they're looking for exposure. So this is just a, unbelievable experience. Now, if you just want to learn how to show up great on camera so you can be on Ken's show, that's fine. You don't have to have your own web TV show if you don't want to, if you're not ready yet. But at least if you know how to show up great on camera, then you're going to be invited to be a guest because, I mean, who wants to invite a talking head onto a show onto a talk show? You show up in a powerful way, know how to set up your camera, then everybody's going to want to interview you. So people are waiting in line forever, to get on TV networks. Well, TV networks are waiting for you now. They're waiting.
And the beauty about driving traffic, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Dan, is that when you bring on a guest to be on your program, they will tell their tribe about this experience. Therefore, they're driving traffic to you for free. So if traffic and bringing new people into your business has been a concern, this is a really easy way to make that happen. And you don't even have to make that part of the agreement that if I put you on, you must promote me. No. All you got to do is put them on the show. They will share this with their friends and their tribe. Hey, I was just on the Totalpreneur show. I was just at Totalpreneur.tv. Or I was on Ann's show. Whatever it is that you're doing, people will promote your program. So, I mean, my God, this was totally a no-brainer. Totally a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, it really, really is. So now I want to tell you what will it take to actually, produce your web TV show, and more importantly, turn it into cash. After all, we're looking to grow our business. Well, it's going to take the trifactor. And trifactor is a system that I have developed over the years for a show to be powerful and to turn it into cash. Three things have to happen. The very first thing is, I'm going to move over here a little bit more so you can see. Let's see. No, we got, okay. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see me better, but it's not working very well. Okay. You know what? I'm going to go full screen. There you go. Solve the problem. Okay. So what does it take to create a web TV show and turn it into cash? The trifactor system is get ready, get on the set, get paid. So the get ready part is looking and sounding great on camera, knowing what to say, knowing what to wear, and of course the mindset on how you show up on camera. And so that's the get ready part. The get on the set part is simply producing your video, the cameras that you use, and what your show is, just actually creating a video. And the get paid part is the monetization. So you need to have all three of them working. You need to know how to produce a great interview. You need to know how to actually create a video, and you need to know what to do with the video after you've created it. So you have to have a plan. Now, what needs to happen is there are actually 12 steps. There's like 6 steps are just getting ready. Seriously, on factor 1, there are 6 steps. So because most of the people that come to us are the expert next door, so the entire process has been created to make it easy for you to go from one to the other, including the mindset portion of it. But for you to be able to create a show, I figured I'm going to share with you the part that you're not going to learn anywhere else. Anywhere else. So, you can't see it because I'm on the screen. There we go. I didn't even, hold on, everybody. I had you on the whole time, Ken, so I don't think they saw the...
Did you guys see? I thought I saw it. I didn't realize that I was full screen there.
Okay. So this is what's on right now. Well, here's the thing about it. Let me just go back here. Whoever is controlling the... whoever is opening the show, that's whose screen is recorded. So on your screen, Ken, you can go back and forth and do, between mine and yours or whoever else is on, but my screen is the one that's recorded and goes on YouTube. So just so you know.
Okay.
At this point, I just wanted to make sure that we had the right information on the way it should be. Okay. So what does it take? It takes creating your show. That's what I wanted to share with you, because this is stuff that TV producers are using. Whenever they create a show, you need to, if you're going to be doing your show, you need to identify your authentic style, and I'll tell you about it in just a second. You need to know about formatting the show. What's the format of your show? What are people going to see? And you need to know your most profitable product. What are you going to be showcasing on your show? And you need to know your most profitable audience, who is going to be watching your show, and of course, your ideal guest experts. So this is only in module 3, step 3 of 12. All these things go into that step to learn how to format your show so you can start producing it. So let me show you 3 out of the 5 steps that are in step 3, okay? Because if you have these 3 things, you can, get off this call right away, and you're going to be able to produce your show. You're going to be able to, at least format your show. You're going to be able to plan your show. You're going to know what you want to do and how you want to do it. So get your pen and paper ready, because this stuff you're not going to get anywhere else. Okay? So the first thing is identifying your style. And people nowadays are inundated. We get everybody sending us all kinds of messages on Facebook about what they think, you know what? We don't want to know everybody's opinions about everything. We don't have time to be listening to everybody. But we do want to get information from experts. So one of the things you need to know is, what is your style, so people know what to come to you for. Okay? They need to know what to come to you for, and I've identified 3 styles. One is the educator, the other is the curator, and the third is the critic. So let me tell you what each one of them is. The educator is exactly what it sounds like. Somebody who teaches people. Right now we're educating you. So we're not educator, archetype right now, right? The curator is somebody who gathers information on a particular topic. A good example is museum curators. So when you go to the Museum of Art, when you walk in there, you're going to see art. You go to the Museum of Natural History, you walk in there, you know exactly what you're going to see about history. You go to the Museum of Trains, you expect to see trains. And so people need to know, where is the gathering place? What are they going to get when they come to you? So that's the curator. The critic is exactly what it sounds like. Think food critic, think movie critic. And the people online, whenever we're buying a product, we go in there, we look at the comments, from people. Those are the critics. They're the ones that say, I'll give you 1 star, or I'll give you 5 stars. Here's the reason why. Those are the critics. And by the way, we have all 3 personalities in us, okay? But we are, really, one is really predominant. We usually use 2 of them. So to give you an example, I'm a curator, educator, critic. So that means I gather the best of the best information. Like this program is a perfect example. I gathered the information on how to produce a television show. I gathered the information on how to use technology, on Google Hangout. And so basically I put all that together, and I'm now teaching it to you. Okay? Now, the critic is, well, that's the one I use least, because I focus on educating, okay, gathering information and teaching others. So I don't do a whole lot of evaluation. I do my evaluation when I'm looking at, deciding what programs I'm going to incorporate, but I don't go telling people about it. Okay, so is it clear? So whatever it is, it's all very useful. We need all 3 of them. So no one is better or worse than the other. Okay, none of them are more important than the other. It's just your natural style. So if you're the educator, people will come to you to learn, or the curator, they'll know exactly what to find. So can we have people put in there, if you're the educator, the curator, or the critic? Go ahead and start posting comments. What is your personality? What is your style? So,
and by the way, you guys can change it. I mean, as you grow, your show is going to change and develop, just as you do as a human. So don't feel that the decision you make today is the decision you have to abide by for the rest of the life of your program. I mean, shows change, and shows grow.
Absolutely. Well, you need to have all 3 in your show, but this actually makes it easier for you to decide what you're going to do. Like, if I'm the curator, educator, critic, then I know, like, what? I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to keep gathering information. I'm going to disseminate the information. I'm going to get it out there. I know what I want to do. I know what's my natural style. Okay? And when we're in our natural style, it's a lot easier. And by the way, do I have an opinion about different programs? Heck yes. And will I voice it? Absolutely. You know, but that's not where I'm going every single day. Okay, so like I said, we have all three, and you should have all three on your show. You should, when people ask you for an opinion, you should tell them this is better than the other, like we do about equipment. We test equipment, you know, and share the information with our, you know, with our clients and with our students. So we have to be the critic too. Anyways, let's move on. The other thing that is very important for you to know is whether you're going to be a solo host like Oprah and Dr. Oz and Larry King, or you're going to be a co-host, you know, like you just have one other person with you, like, you know, Kelly and Michael in the States, and there are quite a few co-hosts, and or the panel, you know, like we have The Voice and, you know, not The Voice, oh my goodness, The View, and also we have the doctors. It's a panel discussion. You have a few people in it. If you're just starting, I suggest co-host. All of them have their pros and cons. I'm not going to go into it, but if you're just starting, I suggest a co-host because it's a lot easier. It's more fun to interact, like Ken and I are doing right now. We have different perspectives on stuff. We have different styles. It just makes it more fun to listen to and you know, and enjoy. And it makes it easier to plan a show because each one of you will bring something more exciting to the table and, you know, attract different people. So it's the easiest way. You don't know somebody, you know, that you want to have as a co-host right now? Get a co-host, you know, each week a different one, you know, until you find a person that's right for you. And you will. Trust me, you will. So one person is just going to click, you're going to have a blast, and it's just going to happen. It's like anything else. When you find the right person, you know it, you know. And thank God, finding a show is not going to be taking you as long as finding a life partner, so which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. The other thing that I want to teach you is how to format a 30-minute show. Okay, so far you're identifying your style. You're going to decide, you know, that you're going to have a co-host. Well, what are you going to put on your show? This is a question that I get a lot. Well, here's a typical. Follow this formula, and in a program we actually have like 9 different ones, you know, that you can do. But this one is a very generic one, and you can use it pretty much for anything. Start off your program with a 1-minute intro, okay? Then interview. Always have somebody. You can have, you know, 1 9-minute interview. You can have 3 3-minute interviews. The reason for this is, you know, is that number one, you're going to have some great content on YouTube. Number two, you interview the thought leaders in your industry, you're automatically going to be elevating your expert status because you're interviewing the thought leaders in your industry. And when you call someone and say, can I interview you? The answer is always yes. Another reason is those thought leaders, they have a huge following. So when they're on the show, they're going to be bringing their people with them as well. So now you're going to be growing your audience. So always, always, always interview people on your show. Next, you want to have a 30-second video tip because it brings in a little bit of extra, you know, buffer, if you will, between the different segments. It makes it fun. You can be using the 30-second tips for something about your programs. It could be something about upcoming shows, or it could be 30-second video tips from your sponsors. Okay, so there's all kinds of ways you can use the 30-second video tip. People don't like 30-second commercials, but they love video tips. So this you can use so many different ways. There are a lot of great ideas. Then you want to have a demonstration of sorts, something experiential that people can do. You know, whether if you're in health and wellness, do an exercise. You know, go to the gym and, you know, demonstrate a machine. You know, and if you're in business growth, maybe give them an assessment tool that they can do. Give them some kind of exercise, something that people are doing right there, so they're interacting with you instead of just watching. Then you go into another 30-second video tip, and then you want to use top 10 questions. You know, this is really good because, number one, these are questions that people are asking. So if they're asking a question, that means they want to know the answer, so they will be paying attention to what you're saying. Another thing is you're going to know what people want to see on your show. It makes it easier for you to know what content to put on your show, and it just makes it fun. Right? So now, as a matter of fact, why don't we just put in there just what is your top question that you have about having your own web TV show? Okay, so go ahead and post. Go ahead and post. This is really good stuff. That's how you get great information. See if you're going in the right direction. And then you do a 1-minute wrap-up at the end. Talk about what you just talked about and tell people, what you want them to do. There's more information available on your show, on your website, to go there, to get something, or whatever you want them to do. And you can always talk about the next shows that are coming. So if you just follow this 30-minute format, you're going to be producing a fabulous show that people want to watch, and it's going to make money for you. Well, here's the big question. Well, great, I want to conduct interviews, Ann. I totally see it. I want to call people. But who should I be having on my show? I don't know how to choose that. That's a question that comes up a lot. So I figured I'm going to use an example that everybody knows, everybody can relate to, okay? Because everybody knows somebody, either they've been married, they know somebody who got married, so it's just the wedding industry is like every family knows somebody. I'm talking too much, and I didn't bring a glass of water. Tip, always have a glass of water when you sit down, okay? Very important. So let's talk about the wedding industry. Who supports? Thanks a lot, Ken. That really helps me a lot. Thank you very much.
But I'll give you another one. No, maybe I shouldn't. Always go to the bathroom before you start your show. Always.
Yes, absolutely.
Always.
And if you're going to be doing a 2-hour show, make sure there's potty break in between.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
So let's go, because I got some really good information to share here. I hope those pens are going, really, really fast, taking lots of notes. Now, who's going to be on your show? Well, let's take the wedding industry, like I said. Who supports that couple on that very, very important day? It's just one day, right? It's just one day. Who has to support that couple for this wedding to go off without a hitch and be fabulous? Well, they start up with a wedding planner, okay? And you can have, of course, a jeweler. You got to have a jeweler to get that ring. And how about the bridal shop? The dress, you got to have the gorgeous dress, of course. And an invitation vendor, so people know where to go and when to go. And how about a videographer and a photographer? You got to document that awesome day. And of course the reception halls and the baker and the caterer, so people have some yummy foods. And the florist, you got to have the florist. You can't walk down the aisle without the bouquet and all the beautiful flowers, and limousine services to arrive in style, and of course a travel agency to go on the honeymoon. These are just 12 different industries that are supporting this bride and groom on that one day. Notice I said industries. Now, there are many bakers, there are many jewelers, there are many limousine companies, there are many, you get the picture. So all you got to do is, interview a few from each industry, okay? So now we have 12, a few, let's say 3 from each. Now you got 36. You have 36 guests already ready to go, okay? Who will go out there and tell people that they were on your show. So right away, I'm hoping that all of you feel like, yes, I can do this. So do we have comments? Yes, I can do this? Come on, guys. I want to see those comments, because we're going to be taking some questions in just a second, okay? So what do you think, Ken? What do we have there?
Well, I think, Brian said, I just have a second cup. I think that Sam was asking how to monetize it. Oh, Lenita says, don't forget the DJ for the reception. Right? Lenita gave you a virtual glass of water. Learn how to talk in sound bites. A lot of good comments are suddenly coming through here. So I guess I have a comment delay on my end here. So this is great. This is absolutely great. Yeah, the opportunities. I guess the biggest question is monetization, and we started getting into that now, Samuel. So that's terrific. Because putting that together just with a wedding, you're giving me things I haven't thought about. The dynamics of you'll never have I guess what I'm saying is you'll never have a shortage of content, of people to interview, ever. And if you want to, and think about this, you interview a potential sponsor. Once they're on your program, they will more than likely love to be sponsoring, because now they participated. So I think it's a great way. Now that you added that piece to my mindset, now I've got to start looking for sponsors for the show. I get to start looking for sponsors for the show, and they're going to love what we're doing. I mean, yeah. I'm even more excited. Even I don't know if I could be more excited. The problem now is, how the hell do I sleep at night with all the things I want to do?
Well, you already pointed that out, Ken. Everybody think about this. The wheel that's there, okay, think about it. These are the same people that want to get access to the couple. So when you put together your wheel of people you're going to be interviewing on your show, well, these are the same people who want to get access to your clients. Do you think they will provide you some video tips? Do you think that they would be happy to pay you some money for you to actually interview them? And there's all kinds of ways that you can actually make it easy for them to want to pay you, to want to be on your show. So, but well, I'm not going to get into that right now, but right now, I just wanted you to know that you can produce your show. And like I said, if you just take what I just gave you and produce your show and send us some good video, I'm going to put you in front of millions of people. If I put you in front of millions of people, are you going to make more money? Heck yeah. Okay, so you're going to have the marketing in place, and of course the monetization is like a whole training on that. Let me put it this way: we have 5 modules on monetization. Okay, so I'm not going to go deep into it, but I do want to explain to you why our programs are powerful. Why are we getting this recognition? Why are we being asked to present in all these different places? Why do I have people chasing after me? Is because once I explain our process and how we're training people, everything is experiential, they get it. They get it. That's why people get great results, because here's the thing. The easiest, fastest, most powerful and lasting way to learn something is by doing it yourself. The second easiest, fastest, most powerful way of doing something is by watching somebody else do it step by step. So now, when we put this program together, and when Kyriakos was talking about the 12 people, well, I can take 12 people in the room and I can work with them. But we need a lot more people producing videos. Remember those amazing channels that are out there. So being a person of systems, I used to implement quality assurance systems in developing countries. Now, if you have any idea what that would take, you'll know that I break things down and build them up. If I can put together quality assurance systems in manufacturing, I can definitely put together quality assurance systems in training. And when the whole process that I put together is just amazing, it works like a clockwork. It works like a charm, and it's easy, and it's fun, and it's exciting. So, but where I got the idea, and you see The Apprentice in the window there, where I got the idea was from watching The Apprentice. I was like, I love this show. I get so many. I'm an idea person. I get so many ideas. I'm just 1 hour. But what would I give to be in that room as they are producing the show? What are they doing in those 2 days when they're masterminding? What are some of the ideas that they're sharing that I never get to see? And what are they saying on those phone calls when they're getting those huge donations of $10,000, $20,000, $100,000? What are they saying? That's what I want to know. That's the fun stuff. Anyway, so I decided that here's the way we're going to do it. The program that we have, there's the online training component to it, just like any other program, where there's videos, training videos, and the tools and all that. You can go in there and, learn that. And we definitely have that portion of it. But to make sure we get results, I mean, let's be honest, okay? All these online programs, that are there, they may be really, really good, but most people don't complete them for several reasons, okay? A lot of them, they don't get the feedback that they're supposed to. And they don't have the community to support them. There's a bunch of reasons where people don't complete and they don't get the results because they don't have nobody to bounce ideas off. A lot of them, and they're just not motivated. The staying power is not there. So I decided to make sure that our online program is amazing and people get results. We actually have 10 people go through it right there online. It's like watching The Apprentice. And Ken is one of the 10 people that we're doing this with. So you watch them for 12 weeks. They go from, module 1 this week. Actually, we just did it. It was on positioning. So each person basically decided who they wanted to be as the go-to show host in what niche. What niche do they want to claim? And people were actually already getting the domain names and .tv names. It was so exciting. And so next week coming up, it's the mindset. Anyways, for 12 weeks, they walk through the process and they actually do the work, and then there's the interaction. But the fun thing is you get to watch them do it. You get to watch them do it. So here's basically what happens. Let me just tell you what happens. Thursdays are new training days, and the videos and the tools are released. And as a matter of fact, Ken, you got your email today for module.
I saw it. I saw it.
So,
I'm excited about it.
So each Thursday, with the new module is released, and you got to watch the videos and and use the tools. And you have until, and most of it, by the way, is designed for the busy professional. Okay, this is designed for the busy professional. I am busy. Everybody I'm around is busy. So it's designed to take only like a couple of hours of work to really do. A couple of modules are longer. It takes longer, like the scripting module, but most of them you can do as you're watching the video. And so you have from Thursday until the following Tuesday to complete the work. Now, on Tuesdays, this is Pacific time, we go live at 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, you get to watch these 10 amazing people who we have selected from the different industries. They go into a mastermind. Each one of them talks about what they have done for that module, and they get feedback from the other people in the mastermind group. Okay, and you get to watch this. So if you've ever been in a mastermind, you know how powerful it is when people share an idea. You get ideas of your own. Well, you can follow one person who happens to be in your industry and do what they do. You have carte blanche to you can feel free to use their ideas, or you can get ideas from all 10 of them. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do is up to you. Then from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, we have an expert panel discussion. I bring in experts, anywhere from 1 to 3 experts from each show, depending on what the topic is. And we talk about the topic. I have a discussion with them, and as well as the cast members, these are the 10 people, the show hosting training, we call them cast members, because we're in show business now, aren't we? So you get to watch from a private members area as I have a discussion with the guest experts, and you can fine-tune your work some more. So think about this. You work on your own, and then you watch the 10 cast members, each one in a mastermind, talking about what they've done, getting feedback, so you get to actually fine-tune your work. And then you watch the expert panel discussion, because I ask the tough questions, and we have this whole discussion going on. Then you get to fine-tune it even more. If that's not enough, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock Pacific time, again, we go into spotlight sets. Now, spotlight sets are they're better known as hot seats. Each cast member has 5 minutes to ask a specific question to any of the guest experts or me, and get some laser coaching, get laser strategy. Amazing things happen. Now, if you've ever been at a seminar and you watch 1 or 2 people being brought on stage, and they have right there on the spot laser coaching, you know how powerful that is. You learn a lot. You can see transformation happen, and you can see the exercise. Well, you have 10 people each week on the same topic getting a laser coaching, and you get the most amazing ideas, because whatever you're thinking, somebody else is already asking. So this program is designed where you can't fail. You just can't fail. You work on your own, and you watch the mastermind, and you watch the experts, and then of course the spotlights to fine-tune it, and then you have a couple of more days before we begin the next module on Thursday. So if you do step by step, just do what we're suggesting. And module 7, you'll be producing the pilot of your show. Module 8 already is putting together your business plan. Exactly how much money are you going to make? How are you going to make it? It's going to be, I've even done the calculations for you, on how to make $100,000 from sponsorship, because you're going to have sponsorship packages you're going to be putting together, or from membership sites, because having your own show, you're going to have members, coming to you. You can have all different kinds of membership levels, and of course, you're going to be able to feature your products and services on your show. So you need a plan for that. And we actually have done the calculations for you. How many leads you need, what the profit margin should be, and what the what your price point should be. So for those of you who don't like to crunch numbers, we've done it for you. Okay, to keep it simple.
I gotta tell you, Ann, I didn't even know or even think about that when I signed up for this. I'm just like, can we skip a few to get to those? I mean, you're blowing my mind again. This is really great. I mean, God, sponsorships are a great way to defray any kind of cost you may have and to put you in the green before you even start the show. I mean, brilliant, really brilliant.
Thank you. Well, that's why every time I explain to somebody what we've done with this program, they're like, I want your people in it. And here's why. Because if people know how to make money from their show, they're going to continue to produce great content. A lot of radio shows and TV shows have not worked because people are spending money to produce a show. They always say, oh, I'm going to do my show. Then they go over there, got to run my business, and they're taking money from the business to produce a show. Are you kidding? The TV show is supposed to make you money. Do you think there is any TV show that's ever been put on the network that they didn't know ahead of time, way ahead of time, exactly how much it was going to cost, exactly how much money they were going to make? They don't do it to get videos out there. They do it to make money. How do you think they pay those millions of dollars to their stars? So your TV show should make you money, and we teach you how to look at your TV show as a business. It could be literally. It could be your business. It could be the biggest lead generator. You can actually be your business. You can be making a lot of money just from the sponsorship dollars if you're attracting the right people. But let's not get carried away. But bottom line, if nothing else, it's a huge leveraging tool. Number one, it will elevate your expert status in the global marketplace. It will expand your global visibility. It will bring in a lot of people, who want to interact with you. Some of the thought leaders you can even get next to, they will say yes, and every time, seriously. And plus, you're going to be making money from it. And the other thing is, the easiest part is we are looking for content. All you got to do is create it. Take the knowledge that you have. Take the teleseminars, webinars, seminars, all the white papers you've written, the ebooks you've written. Take all that and put the information in your show. It will be a very content-rich show. You have the content. We're just going to show you how to use it, how to repurpose it for a TV show. Everybody's teaching you how to repurpose your content in all different ways. And now we're teaching you how to take all the stuff you have and repurpose it for your TV show. So, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You just have to do what you do. And the difference is we're showing you how to use the tool that's called video. And how to structure it so instead of it just being you and a talking head delivering the message, it's you delivering the message in a format of a TV show. That's the difference. It's knowing how to use it, and we're teaching you that, and that's the important thing. So I hope everybody's getting that's what's really in front of you. And this is the time and space where we're, literally we're auditioning for show hosts and guest experts. We are in need of content. So now, bottom line, the whole program is a trifactor system. You will have everything: get ready, get on a set, get paid, and it's a tested system. And so what I want to do, so you understand what's really in front of me, I want to, if you were to go out there, if you could even find the people, if you knew even what to look for to hire people to help you produce a show, these are some of what you would be doing, like. Just to get into a celebrity mindset. Everybody who's in show business, they've had years and years of training, okay? So you'll be spending anywhere from $500 to $1,000 just to go even for a weekend seminar. And, media training, $1,000 to $3,000 easy each time. And scripting, if you were to take a course on scripting, you easily would be, spending $1,000. Hire a scriptwriter, $20,000. And remember, this is an ongoing TV show. There's just the cost could skyrocket. Factor two is get on the set, setting up your home studio. It could be $1,000, $2,000. And if you had somebody come over to set it up for you, we're going to show you how to set it up. And producing your video, $2,000 to $10,000, depending on, again, what the video is. But we're going to show you how to use the broadcasting system and how to do some simple editing to be able to manage your videos, and knowing the language, and what to look for, so you know how to communicate with editors. You don't have to edit it yourself, but you need to know how to give them instructions so it doesn't cost you a lot of money to edit. And by the way, you can do it yourself. There's all kinds of software. If you want to do it, you can. If you can select, delete, save, you can use simple software to delete your own, to edit your own. And broadcasting your video, how to use Google Hangouts and some of the other broadcasting platforms that are available. But Google Hangouts is what you want to use, because that's where the millions of people are waiting for you. And factor 3, this is turning your interview into cash. This is the business plan, like I was talking about. Now that one, it would cost anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 to develop a blueprint, your business plan. Well, how do I know that I charge that much to develop a blueprint? And if I have to do some of the work, it's $25,000. But because though all of this is within the training modules, this is stuff that I've created. I don't have to spend extra time. You have it, because I want you to make money with your show. I want you to have a plan, because if you can produce a great quality TV show, but you don't continue to produce it, it's not going to do me any good. I want you to make money so you can keep on producing, okay? And multi-channel publicity. Now, if you were to go out there and get a publicist or get a social media manager to get your information out there, you would be spending anywhere from $500 to $2,000 a month. That's the average, what they charge, depending on how many hours they're working. Well, you become part of a community. We're growing. It's a growing community where you not only are going to be able to interact with people, you're going to be able to interview, and it's a growing community, global community. So you're going to be able to have huge, amazing results with the community that we're building. And of course, co-op marketing. This is where the same circle that I was talking about, that you would be your guest experts. Well, not only this, your sponsors, they actually will become your joint venture partners. They will become your affiliates. Knowing the difference between them and what the relationship is, knowing how to approach them, is the key. And that's also covered in there. Never mind all the sponsorship packages and stuff you can put together. Now, bottom line, if you could even go, if you knew where to find all these people, you wouldn't even be able to negotiate these prices. And even if you could find them, they would not be working together. And this is what makes our program so, so powerful, is because everything is designed to work together. Okay? It leads you from one to the other to the other. So it's a complete mechanism. It's a system. And and I added up the minimum, by the way, the minimum for, all that. If you could even find it, it would easily cost you $12,500. Easily. And because right now we're looking for you, we're looking for people to interview, we're looking for people to be show hosts, we're investing in you at this point. Seriously, that's what it is. This whole thing, it's only $497. And if you get the power of what's in front of you and embrace what we're doing, you will understand this is basically, it's kind of covering the cost of the production, really, at this point, of the TV show that we're producing. But because we need you. So the idea here is to get as many people embracing this, learning this system, so we can market with you. Okay, so Ken, I want to shoot over to you, see if we have any questions. I'm sure there's some things that we can answer for people, because there were some comments that we can get back to.
Sure, I'm looking over there right now. And by the way, for you guys that are Skyping me, the link to go to is www.totalpreneur.com/WebTV to get signed up. It's totalpreneur.com/WebTV. I put it in the chat also. Understand that you're coming in week 2 already, so you got a little bit of work to do to catch up. Not a lot. You got one video to watch and a couple of extras if you choose to, but the one video that'll really, I think, add a lot of freedom to you is a video about your equipment. And so Ann goes through what to get and what the prices are and so on and so forth, and it's really liberating. So that's the first piece, and then you'll also get the second part as well. So this today was really kind of an exception because we only got started with this over the weekend, this past weekend, and I wanted to make sure that you all had the opportunity to really get more detail rather than just running to a sales page, which is kind of what you were forced to do. So this would give you a better opportunity. So and as I said, there's a number of you who I specifically have called out either personally or in some of our trainings where this to me is a perfect part of what your business should be doing, just because it's going to make life so much easier for you, make things so much more fun and clearer for you. So, because here's the other thing that we really haven't discussed, and I may mention it in some of the invitations to today's event, and that is you don't need a website for your web TV show. That's why we have YouTube channels. You know, you don't need to have a product. That's why you have your guests that have products. You don't need to have expertise. That's why you take the curation position. You know, you don't have to have anything other than the desire to play and be willing to step out. Then you can build from there. But the beauty is that you know that YouTube has the entire platform there for you. This program right now, as soon as we are finished with it, within about 5 or 10 minutes, it will already be up at YouTube in our Totalpreneur channel. I mean, that's pretty cool. Automatically done. So, and the hosting and all that paid for by our friends at YouTube, aka Google. So this is so cool. Once you learn the ins and outs of really how to make this sing, it's going to be beyond easy. Now, I got to tell you, I thought I knew a bunch because a few years ago I ran my own web TV show. It lasted, I don't know if I told you much about it, but it lasted 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It was called The Really Useful Show, and I had no sponsors. Every show was, it was only about 10 minutes or so each show, but there were animations that we custom designed, and I had art people, and I had video editors, and there was no hangouts on air or anything like this to do. There was no way to do any of that. So it was all done in advance. I had people writing scripts for me. I was reading teleprompters. I mean, this was a serious deal, way too serious. And I wasn't getting sleep for those 2 weeks because there were so many moving parts with so many people. It cost me a fortune. Did I make a penny? I made zero. I mean, zero. I did it all backwards. All backwards. So what I'm sharing with you now, or actually what Anne's sharing with you, is really the answer to eliminate all of the things that hurt me years ago. When I say hurt me, I mean I wasn't sleeping for 2 weeks. That's enough pain, and the expense and everything that went along with it. We had tons of content. We interviewed a lot of people, did all that, but the model was flawed. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew I wanted to do something, but I really didn't know what I was doing, and there was nobody to follow. There was no guidepost to follow. Well, now there is, and you know those. And by the way, I still have all those tapes, Ann. I have still every one of those teeny little tapes that we shot. We set up this TV studio in Lake Tahoe and spent like 3 or 4 days there. So a lot of expense for that. You don't have to do any of that.
We can use those for the network. Send them over to me. Well, I'll get it out there.
We will. I've got it. They're right now. They're in storage. So I've got to pull them out of storage in Fort Lauderdale. But they're, you know, we shot them years ago, and they were on green screen. So we had tons. I mean, all it is now editing. We shot them with 2 cameras. I mean, I put a lot of money out. You don't have to do that now. That's what's so cool, you guys. So if this resonates for you, and I think by now you recognize, since you've been here with us so long, it does. So if you know this is right for you, then go ahead, go to totalpreneur.com/WebTV. It takes you right to Anne's page. It's $497. You got the full 12 weeks with all of us. For those of you that are in my coaching programs, if you're in if you're in Trailblazer or Pathfinder, we'll be talking about some of this. It's a fundamental part of our business model right now. So you'll be hearing a lot more about it. So what that means is we'll support you in terms of what you're doing, and that's an added extra piece that really no one else can be offering because no one else other than the other 9 people are in the show. So you're going to get a completely different perspective coming from me than you would any other way. This is a pretty cool opportunity to have both ends of it. You can have Anne and me training you, you know, as well as the guest lecturers that we'll be having in terms of the programming. So in terms of opportunity, totally cool. And that's why I wanted to go through so much energy to get you here today to see what the possibilities and opportunities are and grasp them and take action with it. So that's what this is really all about. I don't see any other questions coming through. I've been trying to wait for you guys to pop in, and maybe just that we have a a delay on this. And by the way, we're doing this without any extra software. We're not doing this with Webinar Jam. We're not doing this with Easy Webinar. We're not doing this with any of this. This is just simply raw Google Hangouts embedded on my website with Google Comments. That's it. We did nothing fancy schmancy today. I mean, very simple. There are other ways with which to do this that, again, we will all learn. But the coolness is that you don't have to be fancy at all, at all. So yeah, so there are more comments that came through. It looks like, well, but it just didn't refresh. So let me see if I can't access this real quickly here. So yeah, this is why I think for you, for virtually every one of you, this could be a gigantic opportunity in a huge way. And yeah, Lenita, you should have access to that. And I did send Ann an email to make sure that you got that access. So you should have access to Module 1. I'm not sure where it's posted, but we can get to Lenita directly after this is over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because Lenita, I definitely want you getting caught up. I do not want you in overwhelm, my love. The site again, Elizabeth, is hey Elizabeth, it's totalpreneur.com/WebTV. I'll put that in the chat again. WebTV. I thought I'd give you a simple email. Again, to me, this is such a logical thing. Our model. Oh, by the way, gotta love this. Linda says, "Ready, set, go." I'm very ready to move forward on this. Lenita is already in the program. She's one of our trailblazers. She's already in the program. Doriana is already in the program. And I don't know how many of the rest of you, because I don't have any tracking on who's playing. So if you're already in, definitely put in the chat so I know. Because the only reason I know Lenita and Doriana are in are because they're in our higher level coaching program, and they told me that they're in. So so for sure, let me know so that I can acknowledge you guys. The other thing is that I lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, the other thing is this. Think about the benefit for you of giving someone the opportunity to be a guest on your program. See, one of the things that we're doing, we're launching the Totalpreneur School, if you will, and we already have the Institute, but there are going to be a number of courses within the Institute that we're putting in place. We're also doing our own online events to have every one of those content providers, our instructors, and every one of our guests at our online events be guests on the show. What a great way to promote. What a great way to promote everything we're doing organically, because you don't have to ask them to promote. They will automatically promote for us, automatically by virtue of we're on the program. How cool is that? So design it, learn how to design it, stay with us and learn to design it with me, because I'm learning too, and I think the journey is going to be really cool and accelerated. So that's why I'm so excited about what we're doing. And as I said, in terms of getting sleep, I will get some sleep. I mean, I've had like 3 hours last night because I was working late. And I say work, it's not work, it's play. It's like I'm really excited about what we're doing. I'm really excited about what we're doing, and getting all those pieces put in place. It's to me, it's the most perfect thing ever. And again, I want to thank you for putting this together, because as I mentioned a minute ago, I tried to do this a few years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago now, and it was hard and expensive. And you've made this abundantly easier and less expensive, and within the abilities of every one of us. So you guys have no idea, trust me, you have no idea how lucky you are to be able to have access to this knowledge and experience right now. I mean, and it's funny, on a webinar people say that, and I don't really believe half of what I'm hearing, but honestly, I went through this experience. I have old programming from the really useful shows. Some of our shows, we had to edit it in iMovie. We had people using Final Cut. I mean, we were doing all sorts of stuff that's just Looney Tunes, and no need for that anymore at all. I mean, this is just so much easier. So I'm really grateful and excited as hell about this. This is really cool. So
and me, yeah. Me too. I'm really psyched to be able to do this. And believe me, I know how much everything costs. My husband's been in television for over 30 years, from directing the 6 o'clock news to producing infomercials to editing videos, and I know how much money goes into producing a TV show. It's unbelievable. But that's powerful, because we're bringing traditional television production knowledge into this.
My camera was $3,000. $1,000. You probably know Mike Stewart. Mike set me up. He was the internet audio guy, and you guys have heard of Mike. I've had him on before, and he sold me the equipment. We got everything set up, and it was thousands of dollars. You know, I'm not using the webcam that I'm supposed to be using right now. I've got to go get a webcam in addition. But this is the webcam in my Mac. I mean, I've got one light right now that I'm using. The rest of the lights weren't really necessary so much because I've got daylight coming in through the other window. But that's, you know, it's so much easier than what it was back then. This is brilliant. What opportunity you guys have right now. And again, the leverage that you have. And by the way, every show that you create is content, saleable content. By the way. Repurposable content, by the way. You can put a Kindle book together from your programming. You can do all sorts of article stuff. You can turn that into a podcast. When you said, Ann, to have the interview be like 9 minutes, that's a podcast right there. Strip off the video, strip off the audio rather, put it on iTunes. Bam, two birds with one stone.
Yep.
Martin wants to know how you did the digital background. I know that's super cool. I'm waiting to learn that too, Martin. I know it's a little bit of secret sauce. I'm not sure she's going to reveal that yet, but I can't wait to learn that. What module are we learning that? I want to learn it right now. I mean, I'm like, how do I do it? But I know she's going to make me wait.
That's module 7.
Yeah, so you gotta wait. But she said to me, well, you told me it was really easy. So I believe you.
It is easy. It's super, super easy. Again, it's knowing how to use a tool. We're going to tell you exactly what tool to use, and literally it costs $25 every 3 months. For $97 a year, you can have your own production. Okay, watch this. Here's how I start my show. Watch this. And I'll go past, okay, this is the camera 1, you know, just by me, just in there, and here we go. Now I can have all kinds of stuff behind me, and by the way, I can just have a plain background. I can put curtains behind me. I can put a video behind me with the blowing, you know, the breeze blowing on the beach with the pine trees, and you know.
Oh my God, that's right. Oh God, that's brilliant.
Yes, and we go.
I got the fan right over here. I throw the fan going because I have no hair that'll blow. But you know, holy mackerel!
Anyway, this is pretty cool, you guys. You know, and we'll show you how to do all this. Really, wow. I'm sitting here clicking buttons, and you know, what? See, I was not even on full screen. The beauty of this is that what we're doing right now, okay? Like Ken was saying, camera cost them $3,000. Actually, that's a pretty good price because only about 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was like $10,000 for a camera. And the $3,000 camera that Ken bought, right now you can pay maybe $100 for it. And do this.
Not even worth it. Frankly, this camera is better.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, there's all kinds of stuff you can do, and by the way, Ken, you will be getting different lights because see that for me to get the lighting the way I have it, I have a light in front of me here, and I have 2 lights. You know, there's the key light, there's the fill light, and there's the light behind me. So knowing how to set it up, you can see the difference between, you know, how I'm balanced with the lights and the way you're coming through. These are simple things you will learn. It's going to make you look professional. The other thing is that we're looking at you. You're depending on daylight. Well, as the morning light is different than the afternoon light than the night light. You don't have control over it. So we teach you how to have control. So your videos are always top quality and you look great all the time. These are just simple stuff. I mean, literally, like I said, set up the home studio for under $300. So look at it this way. For under $1,000, you get to set up your studio and are trained on how to do all this. And not only that, but get this, you are being laser coached by about 25 to 30 experts that you could probably not even get next to, even if you wanted to. Most of them you couldn't. I'm gathering who's who that are going to be sharing their content with you, and of course, think of the community. Once you go ahead and produce your show, you have a community of people who are trained in the same way, that when they get on your show, they're going to look great, they're going to sound great, you're going to produce great quality show. And that's the thing, because right now a lot of people, they have studios, they have access to it, they have the camera crews, they have all that, and they can't get great quality interviews coming in because most people don't know how to interview. They really don't. They don't know how to create the content in a way that delivers information in a powerful way that's fun to watch, that's going to transform the viewer's life. Really, that's what we're looking for. So, knowing how to do all this is important, and that's why Kyriakos was, all of a sudden he went out there, everybody wanted him because he knew how to interview, whether it's 1 minute or 3 minutes. He knew exactly what to say, how to say it. So not only the host looked good, but he got the results he was looking for.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Yeah, Lenita was asking, are we going to learn how to host? So now you got your answer, kiddo. This is really cool. Any final questions? I'm hoping that they come through quickly because we're running way over what I had anticipated, and Anna has to go to. Anne tried to call me the other day to see if we could reschedule this. I never got the call. Never got the message. Don't know why Skype didn't produce, but a lot of times Skype messages do not come through for some odd reason. So she said to me this morning or last night, I guess, whatever time it was, did you get my message? I'm like, what message? She said, well, I'm supposed to go to this movie premiere tonight. I said, oh my God, Ann, what can we do? She said, you've got a giant number of people that have signed up for this. Don't worry. So she's going to go. She's off to the after show. After this, and she said at the after movie, people ask about the movie, so she's gonna have to fake it out. In terms of
you go to the premiere, people talk about the premiere, they talk about the movie. So I have to kind of listen to the conversation and just go along with it. But
I just realized, by the way, why our messages are coming in later, and that's because there's that delay. So that's why I'm not getting the instant answer that I'm used to getting with GoToWebinar. So that. Hello. Yeah, that's the reason why we're a little bit delayed on that. So, any other questions, you guys? The URL once again is totalpreneur.com/WebTV. Totalpreneur.com/WebTV, and I can tell you you're going to love it. If you don't, Ann wants to make you happy. The bottom line, this is going to be a really fun experience, and you'll get to see. This is one of those things. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm in this program, and I paid to be in this program. So this is frankly what we're doing right now is the second quest in terms of our curriculum at totalpreneur.com, which is the quest for customer development, which is having them come back for more, and also become raving evangelists. I'm a raving evangelist. I'm only through the first week. And I'm a raving evangelist, can't stop talking about it, and want you guys to play too. That's the kind of customers you want to have, by the way. The ones that will talk about you behind your back nicely, that you've got to come do this. And that's why we're doing this today. So I want you guys, if this resonates for you, jump in now. At $4.97, it is a dumb, stupid price. Plain and simple.
By the way, so everybody knows, because of the timing, like in the web TV world, 3 months is a long time. So these 12 weeks, this is where I'm going to be. The way I see it, it's a grooming and growing stage for the web TV show hosts and guest experts. Now, and I can tell you, this is not a selling tactic, so don't take it that way. It's like $4.97. We want you in it because we need show hosts. When we start the program again in October, it's in September. Now, only the web TV portion of it, with do-it-yourself, is going to be available for $4.97. The turn your show into cash portion of it, where we are doing the actual, the masterminds and the guest experts and the laser coaching, that's going to be $14.97, and it's only going to come up 2 or 3 times a year going forward. The $4.97, just the videos, which by the way, great content, the trifactor, is going to be available, but you're not going to be able to get access to this. And the other thing is too, by the time we get to September, I'm going to have a whole bunch of show hosts that I can already market with. We're going to have trailblazers, out there, and that's what we're looking for, because right now, everything is moving so fast in the web TV world. I want my people taking over. I want to claim the territory. I want to take over the web TV world with my people. So that's why I'm making this real simple. You know, if you can put together $800 to buy $300 worth of equipment and invest, you know, $500 in learning how to do it, you're going to have some amazing things happen. And this is, you know, if it's right, if it resonates with you, if you're ready, you know, to take some action now, I would suggest go ahead and do it, because I need to market with you. I need to market with my success stories. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the part where.
And let me give you something else. You can, and you're processing through PayPal, isn't that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys, for those of you in the U.S. that have U.S. PayPal accounts, if you want to use PayPal's Bill Me Later feature, which is a really good thing to do, it means no payments, no interest for 6 months. So it's an option that comes up once you get into the actual PayPal screen. So once you go ahead and select the option to enroll, use that option if you want. So that way you've got no payments, no interest for 6 months. So now all you got to do is throw the equipment on your credit card. And frankly, you can get it from Amazon for I mean, I bought most of my stuff from Amazon. So that's what I did. You don't have to do what I did, but that's what we're doing. So just a suggestion from a cash flow standpoint, if you like, because I always like to give you guys the better way to manage your money. So that's another option if you're in the U.S. Unfortunately, their program doesn't extend outside of that. So, if there are not any other questions, Anne, is there anything else you want to mention before I let you go to the Chinese theater?
No, I'm actually I'm good. I think that you know, we've said everything. No, I'm good. I hope everybody's excited about it. If it's not the right time for you to join us now, that's okay too. But please put to use the information I shared with you. Please begin the process of thinking about your show. Think about who you would have on your show, and just go ahead and just have fun with it. Practice, because this is something that's just starting. We're going to be meeting people. The opportunity this time in space is never ever going to be duplicated. That's how fast everything is moving. So, you know, that's it. Join us. The water's fine. Jump in.
There you go. Absolutely. And Anne, I want to thank you for stepping up and for giving up the movie premiere for us today. I really do appreciate that. I will see you live on Tuesday. And by the way, while it may be 1 o'clock in the afternoon for you guys in California, it is 3 o'clock in the morning for me. And those of us in the cast have to be in the green room 30 minutes earlier to make sure our lighting and our cameras and our sound is right. So that means 2:30 a.m. for me, which means I need to be up earlier to jump in the pool so I can wake up to be live and ready to go. So just so you guys understand that this is a level of commitment that I have to do this. Okay, it's the level of commitment I'm choosing to do. Those of you that are in the U.S. in different time zones have it a little bit easier. Doesn't matter. The point is, for me, it's absolutely fundamental to my business. Okay, do I love waking up in the middle of the night? Not usually. Although I can tell you it's great to swim in the pool at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when there's nobody there and this moonlight out. It's really, really neat. Point is, to get where you want to go, sometimes you just have to stretch yourself, whether it's to stretch yourself time-wise or with a level of minor inconvenience, or stretch yourself into doing things that maybe you're not 100% comfortable with, but it will come with practice. Okay, so I go to yoga every day because I'm not as flexible as I used to be. And I'll tell you what, doing some of those positions are not easy, but they get easier and easier each time. And flexibility has finally returned after about a month and a half for me. So that's the beauty of training. That's the beauty of committing. So when you know this is right for you, and you know this is right for you, go ahead, sign up, join us. Just go through Module 1 real quick. Jump right in Module 2 with us. We will see you Tuesday afternoon Pacific time, and this will be a blast. I promise you, it will be a blast. And as I said, those of you that aren't in our current coaching programs, we're going to go through it, and we're going to go through the experience together. So it'll be really a lot of fun. And thank you. I love you to pieces. You are the bestest, my dear. Last link, totalpreneur.com/WebTV. Get your spot now, because again, any later than this, you're missing the opportunity, and you're never going to get caught up. So you really got to take advantage of this now, and not make this. This is not an evergreen program right now. Okay, you can't just get in next week and expect to be able to have that level of continuity right now. So go ahead and jump in right now. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. A pleasure. And DeVere, I love you to pieces.
Right back at you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, Ken. You know, I really appreciate being able to show up and share some of this with your people. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the amazing people showing up on your show. I can't wait because I know it's going to be an amazing show. Thanks.
I appreciate that. And by the way, Ann, I'll tell you, as you talk about grooming people, because I know that we're going to need hosts for what we're doing as well, this is perfect because we don't want people on our programming, yours, mine, whatever, that are not professional, because we want to provide the experience that our users want. So this is going to be cool all the way around the line. So very excited about this. And let me just check one quick thing here because we're delayed. Yeah, I can't see any other questions or comments. So anyway, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much, Ann. You're the best. See you soon. Go enjoy the party tonight, my dear.
Will do. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye, all. Take care.